All right, viewers, let's start with the big story coming in right now. Russian President Vladimir Putin on Saturday apologized to Azerbaijan's president for the crash of Azerbaijan's Airlines, which had gone into a crash, and 38 passengers were killed near Aktau in Kazakhstan. According to Kremlin sources, Putin has reportedly called Azerbaijan's president to apologize for the fatal plane crash which happened on Wednesday, adding that he also expressed his deep and sincere condolences to the families of the victims. During a phone call with President of Azerbaijan, it was noted that the plane had repeatedly attempted to land at the airport in Grozny, the capital of Chechnya. Further, Putin claims that at the time, Grozny as well as the cities of Mozdok and Vladikavkaz were attacked by Ukrainian combat unmanned aerial vehicles, and Russian air defense systems have repelled these attacks. So it's a very big update coming in right now, because Vladimir Putin has apologized to Azerbaijani leader for the tragic incident involving the crash plane in Kazakhstan. And we will, of course, will be going across to all these updates coming in right now. All right, let's go across to Praful Bakshi joining us. And my first question to you is that do you really think that Vladimir Putin has apologized, because he has also not taken responsibility of the Azerbaijan plane crash? We can only right now assume that Russia could be indirectly responsible for that plane crash.
Thank you. Good morning to you. Nice to be with you this morning, and very sad news, of course, is there to discuss that the aircraft has taken place, and the Russians, President Putin is apologizing. He is apologizing for the crash because it was caused in the area where he was under attack, and there are a lot of other flying objects, and this aircraft was hit. It has been hit. The photographs and the later on pictures show that there are multiple hits on the aircraft, and it has, actually pilot was mistaking it for a bird hit, could have mistaken, or it can possible that it could have been a bird hit along with the hit of the anti-aircraft fire. But whatever the case may be, whether it is a missile hit, missile splinters, or the ground fire, the aircraft has crashed. It had multiple emergencies. It had a hydraulic failure. And as you can make out, as the aircraft is approaching, is pretty out of control. His right wing is low, and he hits the wing first. Obviously, a very experienced pilot was finding it difficult with a hydraulic failure and multiple emergencies to have controlled the aircraft. So the apology is in place. The question now arises that lessons have to be learned by various communities and countries, as if the war is taking place, what is their responsibility? There has to be a responsibility towards civilians, towards other countries which are not part of the conflict. Of course, Azerbaijanis have died, Russians have died, Kyrgyz have died, so many people have died in this aircraft. That's a different story. But the question is, this could have been avoided had the ground control been in proper, attention to the aircraft it is coming. Either they should have not told them not to enter. It is in danger zone. The firing is going on. Please don't attempt to land out here. So many things could have been said. Well, cockpit voice recorder has still not been made available on the media, or the readings of the flight data recorder. That will, of course, tell you a lot. The investigation is, of course, exposing, going through all those informations to tell you exactly what happened. Exactly what has happened is not known to us. This is all conjectures which are taking place. I am an accident investigator. I myself have investigated a number of air accidents. And let me tell you one thing. The first thing is they hide the conversation between the pilot and the ATC. Whether it is the company's interest or whoever interest is, you will not find that conversation now. Till such time, it is too late. And that is what is required at the moment. And the flight data recorder, what was the descent? The aircraft was descending at a very steep angle. Even he was coming for landing. And I give the pilot that he was under an emergency, couldn't control. Probably the control must have jammed or partially jammed. Whatever the case may be. The bird hit must have taken its toll. So many things can come up which the aviation community will know, but the public is not knowing that. And that is why so much of conjecture is taking place. And another thing, let me tell you one thing. It could have been a misidentification. In the battle area, you misidentify, you carry out attack on your own aircraft. It has happened in India during Kargil, during very recent incident with Pakistan, where you shot down a helicopter. F-16s have been shot down by Americans themselves. So many times it has happened. Then, or mistaken attack on Korean airliner, the Swedish airliner, the USS Winston incident. There are so many cases where the identification of the air defense sector has mistaken because of overload of work. And that is what is most probably happened. Confusion, overload of work, and that's why an aircraft was hit and this tragic accident has taken place.
All right, Wing Commander Praful Bakshi continues to be with us. I just want to read out what the Kremlin has said. And the Kremlin is saying that at the time of that plane crash, they say that the air defense systems are firing near Grozny airport as the airliner was repeatedly trying to land. At this point of time, we see Russia has also launched an investigation into this plane crash. Unfortunate a plane crash which took place where more than 38 people have lost their lives. Do you really think that, and this is more of a geopolitical question I'm asking you, do you really think that Azerbaijan and other countries will be putting pressure on Russia to admit, or do you think that Vladimir Putin will somehow make this entire incident in such a way, project it in such a way that it will slip off the radar of the other countries and we will not really come to know what really happened?
Your second point is more valid out here. No country actually admits their failure and they want to garnish and with nice sweet icing, etc., so that it becomes a little palatable subject. This is the fact that this is a mistaken identity, that I can tell you. But mistaken identity, nobody has shot this airliner, purposefully, deliberately, that we are going to shoot this aircraft down. No, nothing happened. But you see, when the commander of the anti-aircraft systems gives an order, the order which goes down, and then if they do not follow it up with further orders, the gunners take their own time. And this is what I have seen in 1971, your own aircraft being shot by your own gunner from the same airfield, because the gunners don't know that the hold fire has been taken place. This aspect, the total confusion takes place. And this is where the number of weapon systems are available. So Russia will try to garner, water it down very sweetly so that it is palatable to everybody. But I dare say that this will not work, because now with the modern technology and knowledge system, computerization, things can be sorted out. And it's better that Putin has given a blanket apology so that everybody is now slightly quiet that Putin has apologized, but not for this, but for that. That will continue going on. These are diplomatic tangles which one has to face. But let it be said, and that should be enough, that Putin will investigate. There will be total investigation. Russia will come to know exactly what happened. It all depends upon the relationship between the countries, that how much he passes all the information. And that I think Putin will do, because Putin is known for this stand. He does not, he doesn't get scared that what will happen to me. Ultimately, the truth will be out.